because I don't have that big of a foot. And this is my personal pair here. Now, this drop, like many drops, because again, I'm a sneakerhead first. The goal was to get a personal pair. And if I got lucky enough to double up, then that's what I was going to do. So that's what I did. Hopefully, resale does okay on these. With the rodeos, I kind of listed too quick. Fell in love with that shoe, was going to take it off the market. It sold immediately. So I was considering paying resale to get my personal pair back. Resale shot up there. To get my size, I would have to pay around $300 for a shoe that I already had in hand for like $150, less than $150. I believe I paid $149 and some change or something like that. So yeah, man, double what I paid. So that's okay. So I got my personal pair here. I'm happy about that. Maybe I can make a couple bucks on the resale market with that other pair, but I'm going to hold up. I'm not going to list it right away. I'm going to see what the market does and, again, try to get the biggest return on my investment, right? So I'm trying to do this clean. I don't know why. These come in this, oh yeah, I'm going to have to tear this up. So these are the Jordan 3 Seoul 2.0. Now, if you know or if you've researched the original Seoul Jordan 3s, I believe they were just a limited release in Korea. I don't know if it's North or South Korea, probably South. Wherever Kim Jong-un doesn't rule, that's probably where, see that sticker right there? That's probably where they were released. So in my size, a pair in my size runs about, I think it's like $2,000 if I wanted to cop a pair in the first version of these. In my size, a size 11 is listed at $5,000. So this gives you an idea of how limited the first version of this shoe was or is. So you got that beautiful box top. Like I like when they do extra stuff with the packaging. This is nice. I felt that texture immediately. You got elephant print texture on the bottom, and I think that's a nod to when you see this shoe, the elephant print, they did like a really fuzzy suede, so it's got a lot of texture. But let's take a look at the label here. Air Jordan 3 Retro OG Special Project. White, black, Sport Royale. 10.5. A 12 in women's. So again, nice box, nice packaging. What's important is what's on the inside. And look at that. We got more special stuff. Look at that beautiful wrapping paper that they got. I wonder what that says. Or I wonder what all this stuff says. I'm gonna have to do some research and figure that out. Now this ribbon here, this probably was like dead center and it slid over. That would be my guess. Oh, look at that. Okay, look at that. So it's like a bow. That's freaking cool. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. Now, how do I get this out without messing it up, though? Okay, here we go. Slides right out. I like to try to keep the paper and everything as pristine as possible. Maybe to some that's a little extra, but when it tears or something, I'm like, try not to get any wrinkles in it. Look at that, individually wrapped. Each shoe comes individually wrapped. It's nice. Like wax paper. Nice job. They wrapped them up nice and tight. Then you just unwrap both of these, get them both unwrapped. Get the box out of the way, try not to mess up the paper. Even though that's not really what matters. What matters is the shoe. Oh, look at that. So here's what I was talking about. The elephant print. Super plush. Super fuzzy. That's dope. I mean, I like it. I like that touch. I like the collar too, how they did the individual like stitching, the seams. We got the velvet insole. I'm gonna have to loose lace these, are obvious because they got them really tight. Like if you look from the back, like super tight. I like that tongue to spread out a little bit. Okay, so we got this nice tumbled leather. It feels pretty thick. Let's look at the, you know, the edge here. The edge is raw leather. So it gives it a nice little contrast against the white or the sail upper. And the midsole is a darker sail. I wouldn't even call this sail. I would call this like a beige, you know, sail. They're getting really dark with the sails. Like, see, this I would call sail, the back tab. The back tab is a nice sail. And as you see the little cardboard, that's white. This is sail. This is more of a beige or something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call this sail. So we can stop that right now. Like this part of the midsole, I would call that sail. The one that goes around the toe here, that's sail. Tongue is white, so if you look at the tongue, you can see that difference. So we have a white tongue, sail upper, sail around the midsole, around the toe, and then you got this beige, tan, whatever you want to call it. You got some blue on the forefoot of the outsole. You got the red Nike. Got the black Nike Air on the back, which people love. I could go either way. Like I said, I go by new to kicks because I'm new to this. So Jumpman, Nike Air. I am tending to come around to that crowd where I think the Nike Air does look better. The Jordan 3 Rare Airs, which are priced really good right now, under retail before they drop. So those should be an easy cop, everybody. So if you're looking forward to getting the Rare Airs, man, you should have no problem getting those, and you might even get them on sale. But I'm starting to come around. Oh, I was saying the Rare Airs, I like the way they did the reverse on the right shoe, where the Rare Air, I mean the Nike Air faces each other on the Rare Air pair. That's a cool little touch on those. But yeah, I'm starting to come around to, you know, to the OG sentiment where they prefer the Rare Air over the Jumpman. So there we go. We've got the Korean flag. Which Korea? Not sure. Y'all can research that if you want. So here we go. And on the opposite tongue, on the right shoe, we've got the Jumpman. On the left shoe, you've got the Korean flag. So again, upper, this nice tumbled leather. So aesthetically, you know, to the eye, I think it looks nice. It's really pleasing to the eye. Like I think this shoe those are the elements, you know, the touch, the look. Yeah, the touch, the feel, and the look of the shoe is like it. You can feel it, you can see it, right? You can see the texture on the tumbled leather. Let's see, it's probably too bright for y'all. Let me see if I can tone that down a little bit. Get it to zoom. Yeah, it still seems a little too bright, but if I hold it at an angle so that you can see the texture, yeah, you see that tumbled leather, and you can feel it. So to me, the design of this shoe, it's the sight and the feel, right? Like it pops just based on the material alone. You got that really, really fuzzy suede around the heel and around the toe box. You've got this really pronounced tumbled leather. You got this really dark midsole. You've got the blue collar with the individual stitching. You've got the velvet, right? Again, sight and feel. Like that little velvet touch is nice. If they did the whole inner part of the shoe in leather, man, in velvet, shoe, Rocket would know socks, bro, and really feel that velvet. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, so here they are. Let's do a side-by-side look, because if you know, a lot of times the right shoe and the left shoe look different. But on these special projects, it seems like that's when they do really well with quality control. They use good materials, and they, you know, they focus on the aesthetics, I guess, of the shoe, of being consistent, right? So let me try to reduce the glare a little bit if I can. But yeah, for the most part, side by side, these, you know, the right and left shoe look almost identical, right? In terms of the material used, if you, you know, just not to bring up old stuff or bad memories, the black cements, the left and the right shoe on most of those pairs looked completely different. They looked like they were made in different countries, different factories, different materials. I mean, different mold. That was just a mess. That shoe was just a hot mess. But, you know, it was a Cement 3, so it was a must cop for a lot of us. But yeah, here we go, guys. These dropped today on the sneakers app. Congratulations to anybody that got the W. To those who took a L, what's new, right? Just another L on the sneakers app. So don't put all your eggs in that basket, man. Don't just try to cop on sneakers app, because chances are slim to none on the sneakers app. Do your footwork, man. Get familiar with boutiques and skate shops in your community. I mean, I know not everybody has that. Those of us that live in major cities, we've got access to a lot of, you know, of these brick and mortar businesses. Some people don't even have Nike outlets or Nike stores where they live. So, yeah, those are the people that usually got to pay resale because there's nothing, you know, they live out in the boonies or whatever. But yeah, man, to any of you that live in major cities, yeah, get familiar. If there's a skate shop in your neighborhood, or, you know, within, I don't know, 30, 50-mile radius, sometimes you got to do your footwork. Sometimes you got to go out and get it. So get familiar with the skate shops and boutiques. Man, peace, love, and unity. I'm out. New to Kicks.